of mourning after dozens were killed in protests with Israeli troops. They were also back out on the streets, clashing with Israeli forces. Israeli military says it struck a number of Hamas terror targets in response to yesterday's protests. 40,000 people showed up to the Gaza border Monday, continuing weeks of protests over a new U.S. embassy in Jerusalem, as well as a blockade by Israel and Egypt. 70 miles away, the United States
Everybody on this 15th. So fissure 17 and 18 is still going. If you guys seen my video this morning, you guys seen my video this morning, still active, kind of slowing down though. But there was another fissure that opened up last night on the way out from where I was, and around like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, started to open up at just northeast of fissure 19, pretty much right on the borderline of PGV and Lanipuna. It's in the Lanipuna subdivision. It's not in PGV, property. But so that's what's happening right now. Lava that was headed towards Highway 132 kind of went down there this morning and looked at the flow. It's actually slowed down tremendously. So there's no lava that is heading down to Highway 132. Is actually almost stalled out. It's moving really, really slow. So that's a good thing for the highway. As far as the leading edge that is headed down towards Highway 137 between, if everybody knows, familiar with the place, Red Roads where they used to race, or between Waiopai or Kapoho Vacation Land and Halanui Beach Park. So it's going to be going in that area, in that low area. It's actually flowing almost the same direction as the 1955 flow, the 55 flow. So headed that way. Another thing too, to kind of put in perspective, right now Halimau is going off. So go ahead and check out my friend. We all kind of working together and giving updates. He's working up there, he's doing his work. My friend John Torsen, John, holding it down up there in Volcano, and giving us the scoops up there, man. So check out John Torsen's webpage right now. He has a live feed of what he's doing, and on his live feed there's actual lava or not lava, but halimau kind of going off. Another thing too, good. They might be opening up Highway 130 in a little bit. For all the people down in California and Seaview, you guys got shorter distance. So I'd like to that was the morning update. Everybody go ahead and check out my friend John Tarsin of Epic Lava Tours. He has a killer live feed right now that is showing some signs of halimau going off. So again, check him out. Epic Lava, John Tarsin. Hello everybody. Yeehaw.
The Volcano School of Arts and Sciences. It's first thing in the morning right now, and this is what's happening.
Okay, we just had a huge earthquake.
There is the first of who knows how many big ash explosions are going to be coming. So either way, we're going to go to the south of the park right now and see if we can get a little bit better perspective of this. Show you guys what's going on. Okay. This does line up with what everybody was talking about was going to happen as far as the explosions of ash coming out of the caldera. This is the first one that looks massive to me, and we're going to get to the south of the park and check it out. Today is the 15th of May, 2018. Just about 8 a.m. in the morning. And Halimau, or the Summit Lava Lake, is having explosions. You can start to see it over the trees right here. In just a minute, we're going to be to the south of the park, and we'll have a decent perspective on this for you guys. And then we'll do a live feed for a little bit. If it starts looking dangerous, we're the hell out of there. But for the moment, it just looks like it's kind of going up, and it's going to hit the trade winds, possibly even the jet stream, based on how big the explosion is. So we're going to get out here real quick, check it out for you.
Right past John. Get it through the trees.
Almost there, guys. Almost there.
Right around this corner.
It's a very active time in Hawaii. The southeast rift zone is going off. Everybody's seen the big fissures all night, and now Halimau has decided to join the party.
The school is reopened today.
Yeah, the school is open today. I'm not really sure how that all shook out, but bottom line is our kid ain't going to school today. Now we're going to start getting a little bit to areas where you'll be able to see this a little bit. Bad they don't let us up the strip road. We are literally on the highway, like right outside of the caldera right now. Even though these things are happening, what they're predicting is that the actual rocks or things like that that could be thrown away from the caldera wouldn't go really more than around kind of the rim of the area. So the highway around the island is maintaining open right now. I do not know if that will continue based on this and how this goes down, but for the moment, Kyoki Wells. Everybody that loves volcanoes is all about this. Yeah, that's serious. It's starting to go to the south. You can see the ash going down towards South Point. It's definitely going to be fallout down that way as far as the ash. So keep that in mind. I'm going to go just a little bit further to where the highway starts bending and we can actually get a long perspective on this. I don't really want to be too close, if you know what I'm saying. Alrighty. So.
Oh. Good morning. We're right outside Hawaii Volcano National Park. John will be right back. And the plume is heading southward right now. Morning. Crew. Looks like there's activity up at Mau crater. Look at that. It's going south. It's blowing south right now. We're assuming no, it's not a fissure. This is the crater up at Hawaii Volcanoes National Park. We were on our way to drop off at school, and we noticed this coming down. And assuming that there was some rock fall into the crater, or maybe it's finally reached that at the water table, but let's try to get in further.
Yeah, no worries, guys. We'll get you right now. Hey, guys, we're live out here. So it's pluming hard. It's going into the air. I'm gonna try to give you guys a perspective like this. Going down the island. You can actually see heading way down towards south already. Pretty kind of like fogging out the whole area, so you cannot see very well. I'm gonna go right back here. I'm gonna do my best to just get you guys a good perspective. Alright, guys. So yeah. Whoa. Ants on my phone in the desert. So yeah, this is continuing. There's new plumes coming out of the ground as far as the cloud, and it is moving to the south. You can already see that it's kind of like raining down out here in the Pu'u desert. Looks like it's pretty safe so far, but it does look like some of it is actually already getting trapped in the wind pattern and kind of heading up here over the mountain. So, if you live south right now, I would definitely pay attention and keep kind of like perspective of what's going on, because there is ash on the way. You can see like the bigger poof kind of like right here came out a second ago or a couple minutes ago. This one right here is literally just coming out of the ground now and kind of starting to dissipate. And then right up here is the source. This is where the lake is, and it's going to start actually putting more plume out. So it's definitely getting bigger and bigger. Live from Hawaii. So guys, this is the kind of situation where if you are directly like near this or something like that, you're going to be in big trouble. You don't want to be over there. There you go. There's another one coming out. Go in on it. See. It seems like there's multiple explosions over and over and over. I think that the Hawaii Volcano National Park or the HVO webcam might be showing something pretty interesting right now. Kind of got all of my phones and gear in action getting you guys this, so it's hard. Wow, guys, this is insane. So we have been getting these rock falls for the last few days and different stuff, but this is a whole different ball game. Right now, we are getting some serious action. This is what they were talking about. I'm assuming that now we're getting the rock falls that are contributing to the interesting part that could start happening. The water table is definitely being infused, and the rock falls are definitely occurring. Okay, the wind is sort of starting to kind of like move a little bit more in my direction. Now, I don't see any ash coming this way. I don't see the plume directly coming at me. But I am starting to smell little minor amounts of sulfur. I have gas masks. We're good to go, and I literally have everything in the ignition ready to get the hell out of here. The way that we would be leaving would be directly away from everything, so no need to say be safe. That is literally, my middle name is Safety. You can call me Johnny Safety, okay? Y'all can start doing the safety dance listening to this, because I'm not going to put myself in any danger, promise you guys. It is headed more towards Kona. What we're seeing is it's going to the south. It's going to grab the winds and wrap around the island. Live from the big island of Hawaii, guys. This is it. The one y'all been waiting for. Halima'u is starting to put on her show. Kaika and the guys down there covering the East Rift Zone for the moment. I'm up here. This was actually just random. I guess Pele likes to dance for me or something, because we were just coming up here to drop off our daughter at the Volcano School of Arts and Sciences. And we noticed that the sky was lighting up like this, so if anybody from the school is watching, just know that Ava's not going to be there today. Just going on right here, it's a little too much for me as a parent to want to put my kid in the school. I'm not trying to alarm anybody. This is all safe. It's going to the south. In addition to that, the school actually has Jeff Judd at the school as like the safety liaison right now for ash and other things that would be concerning, because he has some of the most experience of anybody on the island as far as history of Kilauea. Yeah, Kaika. We out here, boy. Pele's doing her thing at the top, too. I guess it's good I didn't come down there with you guys this morning. Yeah, this is exactly what everybody's been waiting for. If you're on the Big Island, make sure that you are properly prepared for this. This is not just for fun. You know, something very interesting right now is we're starting to have these little ash explosions. And we're right on the edge of the highway in the Pu'u Desert. And one thing that I see is this right here. These are the little clay pebbles that are kind of made with ash and rainfall that are very famous from the 1790 eruption. So just kind of ironic that I'm sitting here looking at an old ash explosion deposit while Kilauea is putting out her next layer of ash. This hasn't happened in a long time. We're definitely safe. Location where we're not going to have any kind of danger. Fallout is all going to the south, and at this point is just ash. And I can back it out a little bit. Guys, a little bit of perspective. What's going on here? The ash going to the south. Morning. Yeah, it's gonna get deep down there. It looks like it's going up over the mountain too, but it's already heading to South Point. The park is still closed. 100%. Hawaii Volcanoes National Park. The whole thing is closed. We're literally just standing edge of the highway, getting the perspective. That everybody's having a nice Monday out there. Definitely have all the proper safety stuff. This kind of situation right here is not like the same kind of masks everybody's been needing down in Lower Puna. There's a lot of sulfur in this, but I don't think that anybody's getting close enough to that to need that kind of mask. The main kind of mask you would need, I think they call them like P95 or something like that. They're the little dust mask looking ones that have the little square kind of plastic thing on the front. That is just to kind of keep particulates out of your lungs. I'm gonna see if I can zoom in on this. You can actually see the ash raining down like all out right here, guys. Trippy. Shows you what the wind patterns are doing. Is it Tuesday? Holy Lord, I'm sorry, I'm just looking at the screen. See? You know what, guys? When you live on an actively exploding volcano and you're kind of concerned about earthquakes and all this kind of stuff on a daily basis, it all turns into one day. So let's just call it one day. Welcome to one day. Aloha. Here we are on the Big Island of Hawaii, experiencing one day. We cannot hear any noise coming from the volcano. All I can hear is the noise. The cars and trucks and people like that driving by. There's a bunch of people stopping and kind of checking it out. But other than that, no, we don't really hear too much. Okay, so seems like what's been happening is it's kind of like pluming and then stopping and then pluming and then stopping. I don't know if there's just continual rock falls happening right now or what's going on, but the bottom line is we are getting these dark plumes that continue to rise right here out of what is the crater. Will be possibly a bigger crater when this is over. Yes, particulates, jerk, are the 100% biggest concern in this situation right here. However, we are nowhere near here. I'm gonna back up a little bit and give you guys a little perspective. Okay, we're right here on the highway. Okay, look in the sky, you can see it is clear and beautiful, and then boom, there's the thing, and it's going down to the south. And as you go this way to the south, maybe I can zoom in on that. It's kind of starting to go up and over the mountain, catching the wind pattern that comes around the Kona side and then up towards Oahu and all that kind of stuff. So in my experience on this island, I would expect the people in Kona and on South Point and even up the state to have more of an issue than we're having right here. live from the big island of Hawaii. The first very large ash explosion that has started to happen up here at Halima'uma. Big island of Hawaii. We are in the Pu'u district, south of the entrance of Hawaii Volcano's National Park. Looking back towards Halima'uma crater. Pretty insane. Okay, zoom in closer on what is actually like coming out at the moment. see these really big, rapidly expanding clouds are kind of what is happening out of the crater. They expand big and then into the sky. And then here is ash and close. There may be small pieces of rock deposit like sand or stuff like that. As the Pu'u Desert is famous for. I'm not really sure. That's black in that cloud right there. The whole cloud is ash. Ever right there looks early coming down. Sorry. Hard to get focus here. Maybe it's my, I don't know. I cannot walk anywhere near this thing. Where I am is as close as I'm going to go. I don't want to be anywhere in the fallout. There's no high perspective. This is coming out of the summit. So the highest point on this whole thing is where it's coming out of. There is a place to go higher and get a better perspective, but that area is closed. I'm not gonna mention where it is, just in case there's a crazies who want to go break into the park or whatnot right now. Because for the most part, this is a spectacular event, but we want to respect the authorities and everybody who is going to deal with this on a level, because last thing they need is a bunch of looky-loos causing more problems at this point. Yeah. You can see there's obviously something coming down right here. Maybe that's actually sand or that's just heavy ash deposit or something, but you can see that it's falling. See the swirl patterns in it, kind of down. I'm a ways from the crater. I gotta probably be at least 2 to 4 miles or something like that. If the Jagger Museum's a mile away, I'm several miles away. We're just on the side of the highway where we have a good perspective. Real quick. We are having fun, checking out the plume. Epic Ava with Daddy. Mommy right there. The lava family thing. Yes. Halima'uma. Thank you guys for joining in. Man, this is exciting. Thank you guys for joining in. I'm gonna set this up, maybe. In perspective. Guys, with us. Oh, there's ants on the ground, yo. All right, I guess it didn't like it when I put it on the ground. Hey, Ava, hold this for a minute. Exactly, ants in your pants. Maybe they're scurrying because they know that Pele's on the move. I don't know. So I'm not sure if this is going to turn into like a much bigger event or something. But right now, what we seem to have going on, guys, is there are ash plumes kind of generating from right here where the caldera is. And then they're kind of like pluming up and grabbing, looks like the first 1,000 or so feet of air, at least maybe a couple thousand feet, and getting into the wind pattern. Moving to the south right here, this big black area seems to be something that's dropping. Could be black sand or some kind of very small deposit that could be more rock-based or something. Then it goes down here to the south. It's starting to go over the mountain. Wind pattern heads over to Kona from here. So definitely very interesting. Kind of columns out and goes to the south. Here's some fallout with the ash. You are on the south side of the island where this is all coming to. Nahalehu, Pahala, South Point, Ocean View. All those areas, you know what happens with the wind patterns that come from here. Be prepared. Coming. I'm sure that it's already there in a lot of those places. I'm sure that you're going to start having increased sulfur in the air, the smell. Make sure that you're going to start having the ash fall. If anybody actually sees the ash falling down there on cars, if you put a white sheet or something like that out, you can get a really good idea of what's happening. Send us those pictures. Send them in. We will get them out there to kind of keep people understanding where the ash is starting to fall. So if you see the ash fall, make sure that you give us a picture and a location. But we are experiencing the beginning of the event that we have been waiting for. We're expecting up here at the summit, Halimau. Heading in the Kona direction. You would need a Kona wind that would be coming towards the town of Hilo if you were going to be having it in Hilo. Right now it's all going to the south of the island. Does not actually look like it's getting high enough to get into the jet stream. Hasn't been a big enough explosion where that would happen, but it is getting into the wind patterns, and so it's going to be taken all the way to the other side of the island for sure. Is live. There's definitely new pluming action kind of happening. I'm sure that later the HVO team will come out with some really good video of what this was from close. We're going to show this to you guys right now because it's here and so are we. Then a little bit later on in the day, we'll probably go down to Lower Puna and show you the fissures on the East Drift Zone. Stay tuned. If you look back here at the highway, you can see there's a bunch of people that are starting to go up. Stop. Check out what's going on with crater. There's a tiny bit of sulfur smell in the air, but it's really not bad. It's kind of like there's varying winds or something like that, and so we're just getting tiny wafts of it here and there. But I would almost bet some serious money that once you start going that way to the south, where this is going, then it'll start being a little bit more stinky than it is up here. Coming towards the town of Hilo, if you were going to be having it in Hilo, right now it's all going to the south of the island. Does not actually look like it's getting high enough to get into the jet stream. Hasn't been a big enough explosion where that would happen, but it is getting into the wind patterns, and so it's going to be taken all the way to the other side of the island for sure. Is live. There's definitely new pluming action kind of happening. Sure that later the HVO team will come out with some really good video of what this was from close. We're going to show this to you guys right now because it's here and so are we. Then a little bit later on in the day, we'll probably go down to Lower Puna and show you the fissures on the East Drift Zone. Stay tuned. If you look back here at the highway, you can see there's a bunch of people that are starting to go up. Stop. Check out what's going on with crater. There's a tiny bit of sulfur smell in the air, but it's really not bad. It's kind of like there's varying winds or something like that, and so we're just getting tiny wafts of it here and there. But I would almost bet some serious money that once you start going that way to the south, where this is going, then it'll start being a little bit more stinky than it is up here. So, if you live to the south side of Hawaii Volcanoes National Park, please let everybody know this is happening. There's going to be ashfall, there's going to be the smell of sulfur. For the most part, other than the ashfall, this is not going to be dangerous. Please do not spread panic. This is something this volcano has done forever. Just we now have the technologies to understand what it's doing and pass that information to everybody else. And so we have to kind of hype it up. This is a very big event. This is something, you know, not normal for the volcano as far as what we see normally. But it's also not something that's going to kill a bunch of people or cause any kind of thing where we would have to panic or evacuate island or anything like that. So once again, if you live to the south of Hawaii Volcanoes National Park, please inform your neighbors, relatives, community in general that there is ash that is coming down south. So take all the proper precautions. You may want to have a mask that filters out particulates so that you're not breathing it. You may want to stay inside, close your windows, turn on your recycling air. The plume is kind of going to the south. Now it's starting to turn into much more of just a kind of graze. It just almost looks like an actual like storm cloud or something like that. But it's all just generating from right here. It expands much more rapidly here than the rest of it. That's what's coming out of the crater. I'm not sure if we're having continual rock falls or if the steam is starting to like build up and have small explosions from it blocked or what the deal is. Because I have no information. All I know is that we saw it. Happening as we were taking our daughter to school and decided to come out here, film it, let everybody know what's going on. So that's about it. This is what's happening for now. Pay attention to what Civil Defense is saying. Pay attention to what USGS is saying, because they will have the best up-to-date scientific information about all of this at this point. They're going to get out of here just because it seems like this is kind of what's going on, and we have it now. So everybody's having a wonderful Tuesday out there. Thank you for correcting me earlier. And we'll be checking you guys out later on from Southeast Rift Zone, see if we can do a fissure action that's going on down there. Thank you guys for joining. Good to tune back in. Talk to you soon. This is John. Aloha.